What's up, Adrian?
Hey, buddy.
How many days
How
are
are
you
you?
you stuck inside for now?
So what?
How many days are you stuck inside for?
They haven't told me yet. MAC said 10 or 14. He's going to let me know which.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello? Oh, hey there, snacks.
Hi. You hungry?
Yeah, that's what I'm eating.
Ah.
Well, the question is, what kind of snacks are you?
Cold mozzarella sticks.
so you said
Oh,
Bishop and Davis are in wrong for the same thing?
yeah, because they were both on the reaction force.
Yeah, we're all together in the same fucking room.
Who who else was on Birth? Keys,
Keys,
myself.
Lozano was there. There was a good chunk of people.
The two RF guys.
You hear Alex Trebek died?
Yeah.
Wait, what? No.
Yeah,
Alex
he died like an hour ago.
passed
Those
away peacefully in his home early this morning, surrounded by family and friends.
This year just gets worse.
Yep.
Hold on.
But hey, at least a senile old guy won the election.
Which one?
Yeah. And we all got to vote on whether we wanted the senile old guy to be the orange one.
Biden could easily become orange. All he has to do is get one of those spray tans.
Yeah. He could be the third. He can make history as the first major orange Democrat politician.
I feel like at this point you're just grasping for straws of like what would you be first at?
Yeah, you got to make history, you know. The hallmark of a good administration is whether it's the first something.
Oh yeah, Lou was there. Bowman was there.
Wait, Lou was there? I don't remember seeing her.
Wasn't she? No, she might be one of the other
she's
days.
no, she's in 5. She's not in
Yeah.
3 of 3.
Wasn't Bowman there?
No, he's in section 4 or 1 of those two.
Oh, okay.
I do remember
When
me,
you assess
Bishop.
everybody, it's hard to tell who it is.
I remember me, Bishop, Keys,
Hurtado,
Davis.
Davis.
What did they send Keys on, Rom?
Huh?
Did they send Keys on Rom at all?
I don't know. I didn't know that they sent. All I knew was myself. I didn't know anybody else.
Well, all I knew was Davis and OS2 win.
It makes it better that I'm not the only one that. It makes it better for me, at least, that I'm not the only one on wrong, because that means some people are like, yeah, we were in the same spot.
I'm glad they forgot about me.
I didn't forget you.
Why? What if you actually get sick?
Well, then I'll go get tested again.
Fuck it, go back on ROM. It's 3 days off.
Yeah, but I got bored. I got really bored last time.
So? You didn't have me on ROM with you this time.
Ooh. You're on leave.
For part of it.
Yeah, well, I only knew about Bishop because Jones said something to me. Our washer was all screwed up yesterday.
So what?
Our washer was all kinds of screwed up yesterday.
Why?
From having to change people around from the sudden ROM.
Oh yeah, the sudden like 6 o'clock ROM of everybody.
Yeah, but then Smith had changed Boyer from being UI on Topside Rover to actually being Topside Rover, but didn't tell me.
Oh god.
Which, by the way, I never want to have to de-arm him again. That was so annoying.
Why? What did he do?
It's just really, really fucking slow.
I mean, he's never done it.
I could see Vivanco behind him getting like slightly annoyed.
Baka's no fucking better.
I said Vivanco, not Baka.
Oh, I thought you said Baka.
I told you about that time he went to come arm up, and his wife was calling him on the phone.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
Chief Montoya asked me if I grabbed the belts for the simulator on Monday, and I was like, no, I was going to get them today, but then last night I got told that I'm on ROM, so good thing I didn't get them.
Yeah, then we had to bleach them or something. I didn't even know we had Fats on Monday.
Yeah, there's only a few people going. It was supposed to be me and Sherman, and that was it.
Well, you're definitely.
And that's because I have to shoot.
Well, I only knew because, well, I didn't know that we were doing it until like last night when Bales asked me about it, and I'm like, we're doing Fats on Monday? It was the first time hearing of it.
Because CM's supposed to be running Fats nowadays, not us.
But yeah, they do Fats and we do the ranges. Oh, yeah, you know about the fucking gas card, right?
Yeah, what happened with that?
Oh, I know exactly where it is. It's on the
Where?
ground. It's on the ground in Delzura.
Why? How do you know where it's at?
Because I watched it fly out of the sleeve that Hayes had it in.
Why didn't you pick it up?
Before I could tell him, Hayes, pick up the card, we both got distracted, and then we forgot.
You're a dumbass.
Hayes, how sign up to me?
You're still both dumbasses.
Look, I'm mostly stupid. It was actually quite cold on the ship.
Yeah.
Like, I had to, Hey, Peter. I actually had to bundle up with the, foul weather jacket to stay warm. And now I wish that I had actually ordered one of those, because that is, like, the most comfortable thing I've ever experienced. Haven't seen you for a while, Peter. Adrian,
Hmm.
I'm wondering when they're going to realize that having everyone on the ship in close proximity isn't the smartest idea.
When we start calling the motherfuckers out for making us run drills so close when they say it's our fault.
Yeah, like, the reaction force kind of has to be together.
Like when Senior said that to me, I was like, "Excuse me."
It's extremely baffling.
Like I had so much faith in him, and then that's what he tells me.
I feel like there's just like
I mean, I didn't feel like how like
I feel like some of them are just telling us what they know the fucking upper people want to hear. And what they're
yeah,
pushing
like the
down.
way the Senior like at first last night when I read it as like I could possibly get in more trouble about this. But then reading it when I sent it to you, like he's like, next time, do it this way. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not going to get too fucked up for this. Especially because it was different people, like multiple people got involved with this.
Well, like, why did they not like, put Sagoon into Rom? She was the armorer. She also had contact with him. Stuff like that.
Yeah, but not as much as we did. Like he wasn't sitting at the armory door. Like they're looking for every loophole for this. Like, oh, you were in the armory, not next to him. Okay. And then he's like, you can't be more than 15 minutes next to somebody in a day. I was like, that came out after that drill. Like, no one knew that until Thursday when we all got yelled at for the CO yelling at us.
Dude,
So
I love
that is null and void.
I love how they were like trying to like reconcile like the 15-minute thing when we're at the range. It's like you can't really, maintain that at a range.
Yeah, when you have to shoot with the person that's longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it's like you guys said, like what point do you say, fuck that, firearm safety is more important? The answer is
I
always.
mean, that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, thankfully there was nobody there that would really give a shit like CSO.
Javner was there.
Even she didn't like say much.
Nah, she yelled at Clemens and Sharp for carpooling.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I I drove bad up there, but he doesn't have a car.
Yeah, like that has to be a thing.
And I think I drove him and Albert back to base because they didn't have rides. They fuck, I don't remember what they got, but they got some alcohol from the 7-Eleven, the first one you get to on the way back, and they were just drinking it while I was driving them home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We stopped at the same 7-Eleven we did the other night, and we both got like they got like food and like alcohol and energy drinks. I just got more energy drinks so I could stay awake on the way home. When I finished my laundry Friday night at like 9:30ish, I fucking collapsed and just slept.
Hmm.
That was some good sleep.
When I got home Saturday, I slept from like 8:30 to 12:30.
Well, I woke up this morning at 5:30. Oop, there's a creeper. Stay away from him. But I had this like fucking apocalyptic dream. It was really weird. I legitimately woke up and I out loud said, "What the fuck was that?" That's like getting chased by zombies in your sleep.
The new expansion for DDO came out yesterday.
Ooh, I take it you're happy about that.
Yeah, I'm not playing it yet. I'm trying to get max levels, that way I can do everything.
So my question with like the 15-minute thing is, what do you do once you've exceeded that?
I don't know. Like, you can't be with that person. You can't be around that person anymore for the day. But it's like, that literally means everybody in our division. Like, I'm at work for 30 minutes. Sweet.
Yeah, it's like we can't, and like there's a lot of things you do where you have to be around people.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It's fucking asinine.
It's easy to make
It's
me.
great. It's great in theory for shore commands, but not ships.
Oh yeah, given how much space is not on a ship.
Well, that and the sheer amount of work you just have to do as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, you're telling the maintenance men that they can't be around their work center soup longer than 15 minutes in the whole day.
Like there's checks you're gonna have to do together with two people.
Yeah.
Or like even the office thing, like there's only like 3 computers, one per division. Like
Yeah, but that's why we have danger circles now.
the danger circles are really funny. I like that. But like with that, like normally we'd have like fucking work center computers, but we don't. So the amount of computers is already limited. And then there's stuff that you have to do on computers that might not necessarily be related to a work center. And you might not be the work center suit. And you might have to do something that requires a computer.
I'm just glad we don't have NKOs to do now.
Thank God. I'm glad that fucking ORM one didn't exist.
Yeah.
Cause I got home like I think I left before everybody else. But I got home, was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this, and then chill out and play some video games. Then I won't have to worry about it later. And I was like looking it up, and I'm like, huh, it's not appearing. So I just like tried searching many different ways to try and find it, and it didn't pop up in the course menu. And I was like, oh, all right. And then I pinged Lazada. I'm like, hey, I don't think this thing exists. You can tell the people that made the 15-minute decision are the kinds that like sit at their own desk. Like they have their own office space. They don't have to share with other people.
Yeah.
We need more officers in the Navy that are like Ensign Paulson. Despite the fact that he's probably like he's really funny. I like him. Have you ever spoken
Yeah, he's
to
an
him?
interesting character.
He's an interesting character. I really like him. He told me that the stress of everything, in order to cope with, he just acts stupid. And I was like, yeah, you know what?
Yep.
I do the same thing. I understand it.
That's pretty much what I'm doing at this point in my life.
It's a form of self entertainment. Keeps you sane. Dude, so fucking Seppo is now our CDO in my section. I listened to her talk over the radio, like to various people in the section for like 20 minutes, and I wanted to fucking shoot myself every single time.
Oh yeah.
And then I told Senior Gas like something along those lines, and he goes, "Yeah, it's just a glimpse into my everyday life."
Yeah, Senior Gas super like just over the shit.
Oh yeah, I know he's over everything. Doesn't he keep trying to retire and they tell him to fuck off?
No, they approved his retirement. That's why he's in such a I don't give a fuck mood. It's because his retirement's approved.
When is he getting out?
It's like March next year.
Oh, he doesn't have much longer to go.
Oh no, he is super stoked.
He's just got to ride out for another few months.
Yep.
Oh, dude. So on the rifle range day, I watched two separate people during the 5 reload 5 reload the weapon and then charge it. And then I just watched the round go out. I'm like, what? That's on you guys.
Yeah.
I watched one person, every time they cleared and saved it, they would pull the charging handle back, even if the bolt was already locked to the rear. We had a decent amount of ammo to burn.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think we gave Albert a full mag, and then the rest of us had like 1 or 2 full mags. And then Bad had like 5 mags of 5 and a mag of 10. And he just kept reloading them.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Well, Albert was over there helping us punch all the ammo, and so we're like, we gave him a full mag and told him to go shoot it. And then Lozano let us go auto.
Nice.
Did I tell you that fuck, what was it? Thursday, Chief Montoya had me pick her up cigarettes on the way back with the pizza.
She asked for cigarettes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she called me and she asked where it was. I'm like, I'm leaving Little Caesars. And she said, all right, can you get me cigarettes? I'm like, what? All right. And then as soon as she hung up, I was like, oh, you know what? I bet that's why she asked me how old I was.
That or whiskey?
Bring like an 8-pack on the way back.
God, we needed it. Because Lozano kept having to leave and talk to Chief Holt, because Chief Holt was fucking wanting every little bit of information about everything.
Yeah,
and then
dude,
he ended up calling Chief Montoya like 3 times when Lozano wasn't answering because he was running a range.
Yeah, dude, I was just like, does he not trust Lozano to get things done or make sure that things happen?
No, he doesn't. Not after the fact that we somehow did 400 EQVs in a day, which is not at all what happened.
Hey, if they want numbers, we gave them numbers.
Yeah, but I don't know where he got those numbers from.
Chief, you probably pulled it from the queue.
Yeah, but we never did 400. I think he fucking misclicked on something. There's no way we ever did fucking 400 EQVs in a day.
I thought we did. I thought we did about 200.
We did.
That's when he said 400. I was like, what? I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck it, whatever.
Sure, we did 400, which is completely infeasible, but we did it.
And so now Chief doesn't trust Lozano about shit. Because Lozano believes in fixing it ourselves and not having the Chief worry about half the shit.
One thing Lozano does that cracks me up every fucking time is he'll say shooter stand by, and then he says something else that isn't fire.
Oh yeah, see if people are actually paying attention.
No, I think he just forgets. Like he said shooter stand by, and then he said with a 5-round mag load. And then I saw people start like jump, and I'm like, ah, got y'all. I think when he did that, I like yelled over, like, that's 2, Lozano. I really enjoy that every time he like fucks up like wording or something like that. When he's RSO, we just start counting.
I think we're at like 47 by the time then, like, beside the time low light happened.
On the pistol day, I think I counted somewhere around like 10. Might have missed a couple here and there. When I during the rifle one, I had to like piss in the middle of the low light, so I went and pissed really quick, and I came back out. And then he said, "Hurry up, Carter." And so I responded, I'm like, "Who the fuck do you think you are, my LPO?" I really enjoyed Hayes when he picked up the megaphone and would just go 6 feet to him. What the fuck are they talking about in the group chat? Agent, I've been making sure to, actually check all the magazines at night in case Chief Holt decides to slip in a fucking thermometer at some point.
Yeah.
I was getting paranoid about that.
Did he say he would?
He's been saying that for months, but you never know when he's actually gonna do it.
Facts.
Yeah, I checked all them. I don't know where he's gonna put in the phalanx, man, because the door's not on the fucking space. That's not my problem, though.
He'll put it anywhere.
Yeah, I take it the slot for the temperature card and the thermometer was on the door. Big. Yeah, wait until they have, like, all of us in close proximity, and then someone in CG catches it, and then all the armorers are unable to go to work.
They would never let that happen.
They'll find some kind of loophole.
Yeah.
But then what if
Or
we
they would
actually
send
get?
us all
What
to
if, what if
mass.
we actually start getting sick? Send us all to mass.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's what
down.
I could see happening first.
Imagine getting sent to mass because you got sick.
I've seen dumber things.
Oh, I don't doubt it. That's the sad part. When I started doing the post fires yesterday, I looked in the lock. I was like, "Oh yeah, we shot the shotgun." I'm like, "I'm not cleaning that thing. If I take that apart again, it will never go back together." I told you about that with when I was told to fucking clean it. I think either Renson or Diastoli. And like, I could not for the life of me fucking figure out how to put it back together, even with the card. And so I had both Stone and Hunley struggled with it. And eventually, after 20 minutes, Hunley gets it back together. I guarantee you with this 15-minute shit, we're going to start seeing counseling shits for people being in close proximity. Damn. Only 4 tall. Oh, how long were you sitting here before I undeafened?
Maybe like 5 minutes.
If you ever see me sitting in here undeafened, but I'm like streaming, just ping me so I can notice.
It's all again. I wasn't worried about it. I knew you'd say something when you were going to.
Oh, I didn't tab out. I tabbed out at some point. I was like, oh, he's here. Oh God, that was dangerous. Oh, usually if nobody is on Discord, I'll just pop in my earbuds and listen to some music.
I'll be right back.
Good luck. Blacks, when the fuck are you gonna be here?
Have you watched The Mandalorian yet?
I've only watched the first episode of the first season.
The new season's 2 episodes are pretty dope.
Yeah?
I highly recommend.
You know what I want more of? I want more movies like Rogue One.
I mean, they're making the Obi-Wan movie, and then they're making the Jango Fett TV show.
Wait, they're making an Obi-Wan movie?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. Do we know, like, any,
with the actor who played Obi-Wan.
Ewan?
Yeah, it's Ewan McGregor.
I mean, that's the only one it could be. Alec Guinness is kind of dead.
Just a little bit.
Didn't they name like one of the tallest mountains in Scotland after Ewan McGregor?
No, he's named after the mountain.
I think I'm pretty sure they named the mountain after him.
No, he's named after the mountain. Prove me wrong, motherfucker.
I don't feel like looking all that up right now.
That's your problem, then, not mine.
Ho.
You have.
Obi-Wan and Palpatine really make the prequel trilogy.
You know what I'm gonna make on Star Wars game? I'm gonna make a Mandalorian Jedi.
A Mandalorian Jedi.
Even though that's very counterintuitive, seeing how the Mandalorians killed Jedi.
Oh, there was that one Mandalorian Jedi.
There was no Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah, there was.
Who?
What was his name? Shea Vizsla, I think?
She wasn't a Jedi.
I can't remember the name, but it's a member of that family.
So, Fig.
It's whoever owned the Darksaber.
They weren't a Jedi. They made it to fight against the Jedi.
Fucking nerds.
Hang on. No, it was
So
made by...
Tar Vizsla. So
Yeah,
hold
Tar
on.
Vizsla,
I
the first
googled it.
Mandalorian ever inducted into the Jedi Order.
Oh yeah.
Prior to 1019 BBY. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna create a Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah, he's the first.
You're the first.
You're the second. Alright, what do you want to say, Mystic? Sorry for interrupting you.
I was just
I'm
saying.
not.
Oh, hello, Mystic. Yeah, I'm not sorry, actually. I lied.
And also, I started up a new Rim World.
Ooh, new RimWorld. I gotta get back
New
in.
rim job.
New Rim job. I'll get into RimWorld when I get to the Farlands by September.
Yeah. I've got Margaret, Kaz, and Fig.
Oh,
And
cool.
Splax.
What is
Splax
Splax?
is a goose.
I was gonna say, Splax a boom rat again.
He's a goose.
RimWorld's a great game. You never know what's gonna happen.
I'm still at the very, 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 very start.
Make sure you get a dog and name it Willow.
I'll work on it. So, Fig,
I saw
your background is you were a childhood game fanatic.
Sounds alright.
And in adulthood, you were a warship captain. You're a trigger-happy, optimist, and gay.
I mean, all games
That's
part, right?
I think that's really true. I'd say that's pretty accurate, minus the warship captain part.
And you've got a burning passion for shooting.
Wow, did you just base this entire character off of me?
Yes.
Or did you just roll random until you got what you wanted?
I more or less handpicked what this character was.
Game film.
I made sure to not have overpowered stats or anything. basically selected everybody's individual stats and then replaced the Labrador Retriever they were going to have with a goose.
I think that's fitting. How wild is the goose?
60%.
I don't think I've ever seen a goose naturally like appear in RimWorld.
Neither have I. And I made sure it was a male goose.
Ah,
So,
nice.
no eggs.
Adrian.
Yes, son.
I'm hoping that whenever they send us over to Wallops Island in February, they allow us to actually leave the place on like Liberty or whatever.
Oh, in Wallops Island.
Yeah, because my family is would be within our like Liberty radius, so I could go and see them like on the weekends. Because they're not that far away from that part of Virginia. My sister said she might not be there because she might be on orders out of the country, but I could possibly see my niece and my brother-in-law.
That would be good.
Yeah, and of course my mom.
Yeah.
Although if that is the case and we can go, I want to make sure they don't tell my niece so she just gets surprised. I think Webs was telling us that we'd have to ROM for 2 weeks when we get there, before we actually start the school.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I hope the internet's decent in the hotel. Otherwise, it's gonna be a long 2 weeks of just being in your room. I think. Oh fuck! Someone. I think Webs might have joked about having a departmental LAN party.
Nah, he was serious.
Yeah, he's probably serious. Like I've eventually came to the realization that we're going to Virginia in February. It's gonna be really cold.
Yep.
Especially since we'll be, on an island, so the winds are gonna be nice.
Yep. They're gonna be chilly.
Yeah, I'm gonna need my actual cold weather clothing.
Yep.
Ooh, what if it might snow? I haven't seen snow in a while. We don't have a range next week, do we? It's the week after, right?
It's the week of the 2nd.
No, we got a cruise server one in this month.
That's the 2nd.
Hell yeah, those are always fun. They also tend to be a little bit faster because you don't have to do low light.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely faster.
Fucking Karoo messed up and he only brought 9 rifles.
Oh god.
Because Senior Campbell told him to only bring 9.
And he didn't really mess up.
Yeah, but like, I think we had to run like 1 extra line. I think we had to do like 5 lines total.
That's a long time.
Oh yeah, fuck. When did we finish the normal courses? I think we finished around 3. We finished at 3, realized we had extra ammo, burned the ammo, and then we set up for nighttime.
At least rifle lowlight's pretty quick.
Oh yeah, we left by 6:30. Yeah, that's one thing I was like, oh, rifle low light's really fast because you don't really got to move or anything. You just, and it's only like 20 rounds. Damn it. Whoa, this is some interesting looking land formations. All right, so I think I could pass 1.6 billion today. Dude, this fucking Minecraft world file is almost 16,000 megabytes. Shit's getting ridiculous in size. We estimated that by the time I get to the corner, my world file is going to be over 100 gigabytes.
Good Christ.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to start moving stuff out of my C drive just to make room for it.
Is this the server that I was a part of?
No, this is a single player world.
Oh, okay.
This is the one where I'm walking.
I don't know if you're doing that on our server.
No, it's already low on storage as it is. I don't want to make it worse. That world file is over 13 gigabytes though. Most of the space within the box is being taken up by the map. Just because of the way that map works. It's like hundreds of thousands of tiny PNG files that get arranged on the web page to make the map. And so there's quite literally like a folder of 25 gigabytes worth of that. But it's a really useful plugin, so I appreciate it. Yo, I read a fucking article about this like Dutch server where they've recreated Middle Earth.
Interesting.
Yeah, like by hand. They started this thing like 10 years ago.
Good God.
But since they started it before like a lot of the newer like tools and features were available, it was just a regular survival world that they had to like change. And so they said if there was like a mountain where there needed to be a forest, they'd have the build team come in and just tear down the mountain, saying it was like really labor intensive. I mean, it's possible. I think on one of the SMPs, Kevin, he had to remove an entire mountain for a build. But in like modern Minecraft, it's like way faster to like by yourself take down an entire mountain. Oh, did you ever see that there was a map made that's a 1-to-1 scale recreation of the Earth?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so they used a mod called Cubic Chunks, which fully splits up the chunks into 16 by 16 by 16 and removes the like height limit. And so like Mount Everest just generates like a 6-kilometer tall like mountain that you could actually climb up. But the map projection is Mercator. So what ends up happening is when you get to like the South Pole, all the way south, like after where the Earth would end, in terms of the map, it's just an endless wasteland of ice and tundra for like millions of blocks. But if you do want to live on the South Pole, you can theoretically do it.
Makes you think.
Really makes you think. It's kind of funny, like how Minecraft's like scaling makes you think that 1,000 blocks is like way larger than it really is. That is a cool mountain.
Yeah, it's only a kilometer.
Yeah, a kilometer's not that long.
Your dick's a kilometer.
No, not this joke again.
From
I thought it was gonna die.
your kilometer penis?
Yikes. I just remember being thoroughly confused when I came back off leave and folks was asking me about that. Like, a fucking joke started that I wasn't even here for. It's gonna be kind of funny to see how gay our department gets over the next couple years.
I had a very strange dream last night.
You too?
I was being pursued by assassins after I tried to quit Joe Rogan's illegal drug operation.
I was being chased by zombies. I don't know why.
I was a zombie chasing a chubby white man.
Ah!
I tried to contact witness protection.
Were you the zombie that was chasing me, Adrian?
That cake was delicious.
I think zombies are more concerned with brains.
Not when it sees that cake.
Well, you're gonna miss our move to Naval Station on Friday.
You know what I'm not going to miss? Having duty in the 2 to 7 on that day.
Oof.
Because I have duty on the Thursday when we move.
I was asking him like, hey, what do I do because I'm the armor for the next day on Friday? Like, do I show up there and like relieve them at like a super early hour, or just what? They haven't put out
I
a
don't
watch list
know.
for that yet. I've just prepared for that day to be incredibly flexible.
We're just extremely shitty.
Yeah, which is what that means. Just be prepared to get fucked. Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Damn it! Um,
Bitch. Hey guys, I'm back.
Hiya.
I'm back.
So am I.
No, you're not.
Okay. My apologies, my lord.
That's dad, my lord, to you.
See, your dad, Miller is my mom, and Johnson's my C dad.
That's terrible that you admit that Johnson's your C dad.
He's the first class C was tech in charge of me. He's the C dad. I don't know if I told you this, but make sure that you fucking, like, verify the type of valves that your fucking seesaws diagrams are. They changed, like, so before my cooling loop was a mix of gate and globe valves, but now it's all globe valves, according to the drawing.
I mean, all my shit's closed valves too.
Well, they might have changed it. You never know.
I don't have a cooling loop. I just have air supply.
The power drawings were super easy to fucking verify.
And somehow still Dingus fucked it up.
Yeah, it's Karoo. I'm not sure what you expected. Karoo is like the walking epitome of retard strength. And we love him for it.
But he's really like, the kid's surprisingly smart. Like, he's really good with numbers.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you about this, Adrian, but on Friday, Sherman was finishing some Chick-fil-A fries, right? And he gave the rest to Hayes. And after he handed them to Hayes, Hayes tilted my head back and then dumped the rest of the fries into my mouth.
That sounds hot.
And all while MAC was watching us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, he just witnessed that occur.
Yeah, MAC was late to the range because of the drug dog that they had walking around the barge.
Excuse me?
Yeah, there was a drug dog Friday.
Why?
They suspected Guerrero of having drugs while on restriction.
Really? Interesting.
Guerrero and Lewis.
Wait. Lewis is on restriction?
The CS Lewis? Yeah, he's getting processed out.
Oh, what for?
Drug abuse.
Shit, okay.
So yeah, so they brought an actual drug dog on the barge and walked it around every office in space.
They didn't find anything?
Not that I know of, but they secured the heads for like 4 hours.
Oh, that must have been enjoyable. Remember they brought the drug dogs on after Fultz was caught with drugs? Again.
Yep.
So wait, why do they suspect Herrera of having drugs?
Because he was acting different than he normally does. They thought he was under the influence.
Hmm.
And I think he popped on a piss test.
It sounds like he's on the road to getting out of the Navy. I think Inhoff's last day is Thursday.
Yeah, I'm surprised Guerrero has lasted as long as he has.
Yeah, me too. Some people are just not meant for it.
Nani?
Yes, Mystic. You know, Mystic, I always appreciate how much you react to my post with the WoW react.
Oh yeah. Why? What else would I use?
Most people go with a laugh, or just
That's normie.
a standard like. I forcefully changed Arcus's nickname.
To what?
I just changed the name of the person at the end of it. So instead of Dan whoever, I changed it to say Joe Biden.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my ban on the Tesseract will expire in 11 days.
That was easy.
Oh, hey, Splax.
Hi.
Hiya.
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 Hi.
Ohio.
Ohio.
That is Japanese for good morning.
Wow.
Sorry, I don't speak Hiroshima.
All right, Splax.
Yeah.
Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Oh, we're talking about
Sure.
RimWorld?
Oh yeah.
By show, you mean complete disaster.
Tremendous.
Complete disaster is when Ohio invades everyone else.
No, complete
No
disaster.
one is truly safe from Ohio.
Complete disaster is when Ohio decides to secede from the United States and then invade it.
Ohio is going to become a Mexican state.
You know, we have an Ohio native right here.
Wow.
Yep,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he's one of the enemy.
I am
Don't
here.
trust
One of the enemy.
him. Adrian, have you seen that that map of Ohio?
I can't hear you over Call of Duty.
Boom, boom, boom. Splash, you've seen that map though, where they take Ohio and they just partition it between the surrounding states.
Oh, yeah.
The one where like Indiana like stretches sideways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where are we going to build our initial shelter? Splax, you are a goose, so your input is important.
All right.
Have him peck the attackers. How old is Splax the goose?
Age 2.
Oh, wow. Hopefully he lives for a long time.
Well, we're going to see.
Those are some nice
Why is
polished
Kaz
blocks you
throwing
have.
Why is Kaz what?
He's throwing up.
Is he sick?
Yeah, crypto sleep sickness.
Oh.
Yeah, he's sick of Maggie.
By the way, I made sure to start off Margaret and Kaz as lovers.
That's a good idea.
Nice.
How is everybody's health? Kaz is the only one with crypto sleep sickness.
Did you make the other two as accurate as you did me?
I sort of just allowed them to have whatever backgrounds they wanted. Margaret was a medical assistant turned biosphere manager, whose traits are quick
Nice.
sleeper, fast learner, and beautiful.
What about Kaz? What's he?
Kaz was a mechanoid nerd as a child, and now he is a military engineer.
That's almost...
Traits include abrasive, careful shooter, and teetotaler.
What does teetotaler mean?
He hates the idea of gaining pleasure from chemicals and strictly avoids alcohol and recreational drugs.
Oh, okay.
Alright, where are we going to put our shelter? right here is a decent enough spot. So where are we going to stockpile things? We need a stockpile zone. Margaret is incapable of dumb labor.
Nice.
Nice.
She will never haul nor clean.
Nice.
A nice wooden structure. Aw, Kaz, not in the house.
Kaz.
He just threw up all over the floor. Oh, we need
Can't
Mark.
believe Kaz would do this.
Zone growing zone.
cloud is clipping through the tree. That's weird.
I like how Margaret won't do manual labor when it's carrying things or cleaning, but she's happy to do it when it's cutting a fucking tree.
Nice.
Yeah, cutting a tree is significantly more labor intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How was your weekend, Splax?
My weekend was not full of CTM.
Did you guys do CTM?
No, I said it was not full of CTM.
Oh. Yeah. We can try it again next weekend.
Oh, you're not going to be available during the week?
Well, Khan's going to be asleep by the time I'm home from work.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
But
try
what if we do it without Khan?
Well, we could do that. That'd be kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
We could try it Saturday and Sunday.
Or if we could just tell Khan to accept that he doesn't sleep anyway.
Oof.
Can Margaret get off her lazy ass?
Ping her with that.
She's just cloud watching instead of doing anything useful. Hey, maybe she can go and tame a fucking muffalo. That's a useful thing to do. Nah, it's too soon to tame a muffalo.
Beefalo. Wrong game. Hmm.
Splax has successfully eaten some grass.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Which reminds me, I forgot to make an animal sleeping box for Splax. That can go right here next to Kaz's pile of vomit.
Only the finest for our goose friend Splax.
Which, by the way, Fig, you just cleaned up the vomit. Good job.
Oh, cool. I'm useful.
Wow, good job, Fig.
Thanks.
Fig, you're actually quite useful.
You know, as they say, nice.
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 Fig, you may be the smartest person in the colony.
That's a fucking step down.
Your intellectual is 8.
I always knew Fig was the best at cleaning up vomit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I'd say like average intelligence.
Your main job, Fig, is to shoot enemies.
Give him the old pew.
Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Why the hell is Margaret considered the hunter?
I don't know. That'll make you
Hell
sense.
no, she's not going to be hunting. Kaz and Fig are allowed to hunt. Margaret, whose shooting skill is 0, is not allowed to hunt.
Nonsense. That can't go wrong.
Call me a sexist all you want.
Sexist.
Good job.
I'm a Saxist.
An Anglo-Saxist?
Anglo-Saxon.
No, I discriminate against anyone who plays the saxophone.
Ah.
Fucking Saxers.
Only the alto saxophone, though. All the other saxophone players are okay.
Hello.
Oh. It's this guy. The fuck you doing?
Kaz.
It's this guy.
Oh, what's going on here?
I'm drinking chocolate milk.
Chocolate
No, I
milk?
mean, with Kaz and Margaret in the bed.
Don't worry about it.
That's pretty spicy.
Fig do be sleeping.
Splax is sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Splax the goose. Rip other boatman.
Oh. Splax.
What?
At some point, do you want to make a UHC category in channels?
Sure.
Might as well get that set up. Still need an actual icon, but apart from that, this Discord is developing nicely.
You're
What do you
developing.
mean actual icon? This is all we need.
What? Rainbow
I'm
Cat
content
Bot?
with having Hypercat Gem forever.
Yep.
It,
Beautiful.
it is great. I was briefly considering making it that GIF that Con had of the rainbow sheep rotating,
You know what?
which we should absolutely make an emote.
Agreed. Where did he?
We're gonna need some basic amenities.
I like, as absolutely fucking like shitty people have been to each other this election. The memes that have been coming out of this are really good.
Oh yeah.
They usually are, right?
Everyone thinks that, like, the campaigns of the politicians don't matter, but actually, the real war is the meme war.
Oh yeah.
The war on memes.
The real war is the friends we made along the way.
You know, Barack Obama's estranged half-brother considers himself a veteran of the great meme war of 2016.
Malik.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
His Twitter is funny.
I saw a fucking
I think it's
post.
not what it used to be.
I saw a post from one of the Navy meme pages that said, I got bad news and I got good news. The bad news that our yearly raise is probably going to go down, but the good news is we're going to go back to war.
Oh, hell yeah.
Woohoo!
I love war.
You know what that means? We're going to have nice downsizes, and then we're probably going to have more boat crashes. It's going to be a good next few years here in the Navy.
Oh no! Oh, that's really, really, really bad. How could I forget that? Margaret is eating without a table.
Table?
Table.
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 And are Americans going to go fight a foreign war in a foreign country again?
Yeah, we're gonna install Jeb Bush as the dictator of Norway.
Mm-hmm.
He won the election, so when we had an election a few years ago. Good time.
My favorite thing to come out of the war on terror is that president can just declare an American citizen an enemy combatant and assassinate them with no trial or due process.
What are you talking about exactly?
I will
Lovely.
leave you the guy's name.
Lovely.
No, like I didn't hear all of what you said because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
earlier.
I think it was Obama actually who first asserted the authority of the president to just assassinate an American citizen without any form of trial or due process
Delicious.
by just
Thanks,
declaring them
Obama.
an enemy combatant.
Thanks, Obama.
I wonder when people are gonna finally realize how unconstitutional executive orders are.
Yeah. And it was originally George Bush who asserted the authority to just detain Americans indefinitely without any trial or due process.
Thanks, Bush Obama.
And
The real enemy is not the Republicans or the Democrats. It's the gradual concentration of power within the president along the way.
the real enemy is not the Republicans or the Democrats. It's Jeb Bush, the Byzantine emperor.
Damn it.
True.
One sec.
True. I always knew he was trying to restore the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's my job. I don't know what the fuck he thinks he's doing. I'll make my own empire with blackjack and hookers.
Jeb 2020.
It was really funny watching my dad and stepmom politically shitpost on Facebook to mess with people.
My mother thought I was being negative when I said that nothing is going to change.
Well, I mean, she's mostly right. I mean, you're mostly right.
I mean, yeah, you're being negative, but that doesn't mean you're wrong.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's negative.
Negative?
I'd say that's,
I didn't say it's going to get worse.
I wouldn't say that's negative. I'd say that's just realistic.
I didn't say it was going to get worse.
Between Obama and Trump, my daily life didn't really change that much.
Between Trump and Biden, it probably won't either.
Yeah, the cogs of the machine will just keep turning, with or without them.
The rich are going to get richer. Either way.
We'll keep taxing the middle class into oblivion.
Rip Bernie Sanders.
We hardly-
Spread
Maybe he'll still be alive in 2024.
How old? Isn't he in like his 80s?
Nice.
Same age as Biden.
Actually,
right?
yeah, he probably is.
He.
I think Biden's a year older.
They're both in their 80s, right?
They're gonna be pretty soon.
Yeah, there's a decent chance that
Bernie is
Obama's
79.
dead.
Nice. Wait.
Oh, wrong year. Wrong year.
Biden is 77. There's a little over a year in between them.
There's a good chance both might be dead in 4 years, just due to declining health.
Yeah, Bernie was born in 41. Joe Biden in 42.
Yikes, sweaty.
Check Kaz's mood.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Got a burning passion for his work.
I think we might see like a gradual. Yeah, we'll see like an increase probably in Biden's dementia over the next few years, just from his age.
As long as they put him on the right drugs.
They seem to have solved it with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna have to get filtered by a lot of PR people.
No, you see, what the Democrats are hiding from you is their real plan. On day one, Biden is going to resign. Harris is going to become president. She's going to appoint Hillary Clinton as her vice president and then
she'll-
resign.
No!
Oh God, no!
We're gonna have
And
another
then
Gerald.
we'll-
We're gonna have another Gerald Ford situation.
Mm-hmm.
Harold Flower.
Gerald Ford, the only president in U.S. history that was never elected.
Mm.
It'd be like that. Yeah, actually, the only one who was never elected.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was during Nixon, right? Yeah, it was during Nixon. I think Agnew resigned, and then Nixon appointed Ford as vice president, and then Nixon had to resign. So then Ford became president,
I'm pardon Nixon.
and then pardoned Nixon.
Mm.
And boy, oh boy, was that sketch.
Like Scoob, I think there's some corruption going on, man.
Yonkers! Gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was sudden. Then suddenly.
You know something that's kind of interesting to note?
Hmm?
Hang on, I'm climbing a mountain like a dumbass. Is how like certain people like hate the Republicans so much that they think by virtue of not being Republicans, the Democrats are good. Like that's not how being good or bad works. It's a spectrum, if you will.
My favorite thing is Democrats who think that you're obligated to give your vote to the Democrats for eternity because you happen to be a minority.
Oh yeah, that's I was talking to this with one of the guys at my work. And then I was like, yeah, it's like the the white savior complex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Go
before
on.
we had the white man's burden, now we have the woke man's burden.
Woke.
Mm.
I think the white man's
Public
burden
and
has
Democrat.
mostly died out as a mindset, which is good.
Yeah.
Republicans and Democrats seem pretty similar to me.
Like nobody's going around saying anymore like we need to civilize the barbarian savages of the foreign lands, which
We
is
need to
what they
bring
said
them
100
freedom.
years ago.
Yeah, why don't we just topple their governments and install an unstable form of democracy?
Yeah.
Mm.
My favorite one is when people say the Electoral College isn't democratic. I'm like, well, yeah, it's not supposed to be. The one upside I could see to getting rid of that and making it popular only is that people that are in like predominantly red or blue states would actually have more of an impact than they would if they just get drowned out by the cities,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa.
There's got to be something else that works better than either.
Yeah, but then you would end up with the whole problem that the Electoral College tries to avoid, which is the cities dominating the country.
Like I said, there might be a way
I mean,
to
like
avoid.
people
Yeah.
talk about how like Biden or Clinton has this huge lead in the national popular vote. That entire lead comes from California.
Yeah, California's
If
a
you
huge
take away
factor.
California, that lead is gone.
Yeah.
Favorite thing is that one guy that predicted that Trump would win California this year somehow.
by some weird stroke of luck.
Predicted a landslide victory for Trump.
You know, I haven't heard people complaining about the Electoral College needing to be abolished after this election.
Yeah.
They did that last time. Not this time, though.
Wouldn't have made a difference either way to him this time, but I don't know. I think what Nebraska and Maine do are better than most states, but probably doesn't solve
everything.
things entirely.
Yeah, they're the only two states that do that.
It's like, congratulations, Biden, you won Pennsylvania, but like point something %. Here's all 20 of the.
First past the post.
Yep.
What type of system do Nebraska and Maine do? Like, what's the name of that?
It might be the same thing, but a smaller area. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it's just a smaller area over the congressional districts. So that might help
for the popular vote or something.
Yeah. So I mean, that might help like areas in like predominantly blue states that get like kind of shoved under the bus by the centers.
I mean, New York
City makes the entire state blue.
If they had a system like Maine, they'd at least send a few red ones.
Yeah, they
I mean, if the Electoral College went by congressional district, then that would just encourage the politicians to like gerrymander the congressional districts even more than they already do.
Yeah, that is another concern. Gerrymander's already an issue. Have you seen one of the congressional districts in my home state? Is like, it's on the it's either the James York River, but it's just a bunch of the major cities that are in like the same district, even though they're like not physically close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's definitely some gerrymandering right there.
Imagine if they were just honest, the politicians. Wouldn't that be nice?
It hasn't been that way in thousands of years. It'll never be that way.
Imagine.
Yeah, like New York has like some congressional Republicans, but I remember reading an article like a couple of years ago that was talking about how if the New York politicians were like really dedicated to gerrymandering, they could just make all of their congressional districts huge snakes that originate in New York City and ensure that their congressional allocation is like all Democrats.
Yeah, but that would be too much of an obvious gerrymander.
They're not obvious SS.
I mean, they're obvious, but like, it'd be really obvious if it was just a long snake going through New York State coming from the city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aren't the
So the New York delegation is 27 members, with 21 Democrats and 6 Republicans.
That's real. There must be some gerrymandering going on there, unless like a bunch of those are set in New York City.
I mean, I think the majority of those congressional districts are literally like just inside New York City.
Just because of how many people are in the city, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like New York City alone makes up like over half the population of the state.
That is crazy.
Yeah, in my state of New Jersey, we have our congressional delegation is 10 Democrats and 2 Republicans.
I don't know what it is for Virginia.
All of our congressional incumbents were re-elected this year, including a man by the name of Jeff Van Drew, who originally won election as a Democrat and then switched parties to become a Republican after Trump's impeachment and then was re-elected as a Republican.
What the fuck? That's impressive.
Yeah.
Huh.
His district is in South Jersey, which is like Republican land.
Republican land. It's like a really shitty like amusement park.
Yeah.
It's true though.
Like the northern half of New Jersey is like all suburbs of Philadelphia and New York. The southern half is a lot more rural.
Yeah, and you just see the general trend of rural equals red, mostly.
Mhm.
But one thing that ends up happening is as urbanization increases and cities get larger and larger and larger,
Mhm.
you'll end up with more and more people that end up voting blue.
Yeah. I mean,
Demographics are important.
Can't be fun.
as much as
being,
people like to
farmer.
claim, like especially liberals like to claim that, oh, just the demographics of the country ensure that like Democrats will reign supreme forever. Like you can't just take current voting trends among the demographics and extrapolate them into the future forever.
Yeah, I mean, you already see that with, like, say, minorities that flip Republican.
Like people
are complex.
People change. Like the who's voting changes, who people vote for changes. Like it's not all static and unchanging.
Oh yeah. There's always gonna be trends and shifts over years.
People die when they're killed.
But yeah, like liberals have been saying for like 20 years now that, oh, it's going to be the next election that Texas turns blue because there's so many Hispanic voters there.
But a lot of the Hispanic voters end up voting Republican.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because liberals, like, they just like assume that Hispanics are a monolith that all love Democrats, but Hispanic is just like a generic term that encompasses a lot of very different groups with very different interests.
Hispanic specifically encompasses people who speak the Spanish language, which is a really large like geographical area of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cubans and Venezuelans and Puerto Ricans, they're very different.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to, say, Mexicans. And then you end up with somebody like, say, Gamer, who is of like a minority demographic but votes Republican.
Yeah. And of course, what many Democrats don't understand is that probably the only group that hates illegal immigrants more than conservatives is legal immigrants.
It's a concept they can't seem to wrap their heads around.
Like, they think that all immigrants are the same and all immigrants are a monolith.
Now, I was reading about how, like, members of the Democratic Party were confused about how they had lost votes in, like, say, the Hispanic voting demographic.
Yeah.
And then they were like, maybe they're not all, like, a monolith. I'm like, wow, really? You mean to tell me that
you're just realizing
Florida
this now?
Is going to be different from a Hispanic in California? That they might be different people?
Mm-hmm.
Either due to the, like, country of origin or just the, like, actual, like, climate of that location?
Yeah.
Like, the Rio Grande Valley of Texas is way different from, Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But yeah, and a lot of liberals are struggling to understand, like, how Biden could win the presidency, but then Democratic candidates underperform Biden in, like, the same districts and states.
Yeah. I think for the Republicans, the best thing they can do is, like, return to their roots. and try and
'Cause,
distance
like,
themselves from what Trump has created.
The presidential election was much more a vote against Trump than a vote for Biden and the Democrats.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
that's why Democratic candidates had such a hard time reaching the same margins that Biden did.
In general, people don't like being told what to do or who to vote for.
And also, like, a lot of Americans, they don't like to see one party controlling the entire government. They like to have either, like, the presidency, the Congress, or the Senate, like one of those, in the hands of the other party to act as a check against one party rule.
Yeah, that is a good thing to have. As much gridlock as it creates, sometimes it is useful in terms of balancing.
Yeah.
The other problem, though, within the federal government is the fact that the president has more power than he should. And that power needs to be returned to Congress, and it hasn't been since World War II.
Yeah, everyone's just like, well, as long as it's my party that has the power, everything is fine.
Oh yeah, team sports? Yeah, it's like a team sport.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you
My
want to use
favorite sport is politics.
Yeah, my favorite sport is watching two old men argue.
Hell yeah.
I love when I fall for the lies of the same old guy over and over again.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good times.
So here's what would be interesting is if Trump returns in 2024.
That would be really funny.
It'd be an interesting election. That's for sure.
Currently, Trump is the candidate to get the second most votes ever.
Oh yeah, this is like
Yeah,
isn't this the largest turnout we've ever had?
Yeah.
The highest turnout in like 100 years.
What was the
In terms of raw numbers, Biden is now the candidate to receive the most votes ever, with Trump following closely behind.
what election was that? Was it the 1912 election?
What?
The 1912 election.
What about it?
I was asking if that was the one where we had the highest turnout like 100 years ago.
I don't know if it's like exactly 100 years. It's just reading that it was like around 100 years.
That was one of the few times a third party came very close to winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when people say the third parties can't
There was
win,
like a-
it's like it's almost happened before. Like many times, in fact.
There was like a 40-year window after the Civil War where turnout was like really, really high before the Jim Crow laws fully went into effect.
Yeah, I think in like 1865, like some of the first black congressmen were elected
Mm-hmm.
before Jim Crow fully took over the South.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, at the time the Republicans didn't fully go through with trying to erase that part of the South away. Instead, they kind of just wanted to heal the country back together, and so just turned a blind eye to what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
As you do.
Yeah, I forget how long the southern states were under military occupation for, but it was a while.
They were under military occupation for like 15 years.
Yeah, one of the other consequences of the Civil
Maybe closer
War,
to 10 years.
I think it's 10 years. One of the consequences of the Civil War, though, was the fact that the United States became much more federalized.
Yeah.
Like, you would no longer have events like the nullification crisis of South Carolina occurring nowadays.
Yeah.
Which, for better or for worse, is the way things are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forget. Didn't Lincoln pick Johnson as his VP as like a show of like, I guess like giving a hand to the Democrats at the time?
Yeah.
That's one of the few times you've ever seen like one party pick a vice president from a different party.
Hmm.
You don't really see that anymore.
I mean,
That would
part of the reason he was willing to do that is because the vice president was a completely toothless office that didn't do anything.
Aren't they still a completely toothless office? I know they have like
Depends.
I know they have like ceremonial position within the Senate.
How much of an actual role they play really depends on like the relationship between the president and the vice president, but nowadays they're usually treated as like a senior advisor on policy matters, even if they don't have any formal role.
That's pretty good. Kind of like how the first lady has a pretty informal role.
Yeah.
Would be a hell of a sign of unity, though. Something America desperately seems to desperately need.
Now we're good. I think we need further division.
What we need to solve this country's problems is to call everyone a racist.
Just demonize everyone who isn't voting third party.
You say demonizing everybody that doesn't vote third party or that does?
That doesn't.
I like this idea as somebody who's a libertarian.
Yeah, the one way to actually drain the swamp is to just not vote for it, right?
I don't think people are ready to make that imaginary leap yet. I wonder, like, what the growing trend of people voting third party is, though, over the past few decades. If it's been static or slowly increasing.
No clue.
Yeah, like my one friend who kept saying, "Don't vote third party this election. This is why," is like part of the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because this election is the most important in history, which we've heard for the past.
This
100
election
years.
is the most important election in history, just like all the other elections.
Yeah, like every election is important.
They're all the most important in history.
But at some point, you should vote for your principles.
Can't do that.
No, that's not how a republic works. Don't be ridiculous.
Gotta vote for one of the two big parties. Or you're bad. It's gotta be the one I agree with, too, or you're bad.
Yeah. You're called a racist or a communist, you don't win.
I'm actually a communazi.
Ah, interesting. Don't see many of those.
Statement that the internet is going to take out of context to cancel me in the future. Look at this. He said communazi.
We're gonna report you. Hello, FBI.
FBI, open up. I love me some stupid collision boxes. Thank you, Fallout.
What was the last election that we had like a pretty much like nearly unanimous like vote for in the Electoral College? Wasn't it Reagan?
Yeah.
I don't think we're ever gonna have one again, or at least not for a long time.
Yeah.
You just gotta don't know. See, if you demonize those who don't vote third party, then it'll happen for sure.
Or if you quit trying to gaslight the people that vote third party.
A vote for third, but you see, a vote for third party is a vote for person I don't like.
Yeah. Wow. I too am capable of cognitive dissonance.
What if the response is that you actually prefer the person they don't like over the person they do like?
Say, yeah, I know, that's why I'm voting for this person. Throw him for a loop.
Oh no. You violated the law.
Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Damn. How did this happen?
You know, the more I look at this server, the more it looks like a match between the Tesseract and CGS.
At least we can throw out the bad parts of both of them.
Yeah. See?
Like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oof.
Hello, Wi-Fi from the future. Fuck you.
Yeah. If you're watching this in the future, Wi-Fi, I have no regrets.
I also have no regrets.
I'm just a spectator in this.
Oh, I know you don't have any strong opinions. Which is understandable, you weren't personally wrong.
Not by Wi-Fi anyway.
Yeah. I hope you guys and Matt patch things up eventually.
Oh, he hasn't done anything to me, so...
It's just waiting on Maggie.
Well, she's left the channel open. At least.
Yeah.
So... I hope you'll come around and realize that talking like that probably wasn't very, you know...
Good.
But wasn't very good. Wasn't necessary. So on and so forth.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, he hasn't done anything unforgivable.
Yeah. I agree with that. No, the other guy, on the other hand, yeah, and that can't be excused.
I am not going to disagree.
You're remaining decisively neutral, and I respect that.
Big neutral.
I did like that this Discord spawned as us escaping the Tesseract, and now it's slowly developing on its own.
And now it is the Tesseract.
And the very thing we swore to destroy.
Yep.
It was said you were going to destroy the rack, not join them.
Bring balance to the Discord, not leave it in darkness.
Welcome to the Penteract.
Welcome to the pentagram. Well, Sisplax, the main reason I want us to get an actual server icon is so later on you can Photoshop the ping onto it for April Fools.
Oh, yeah.
Photoshop the what?
Remember when Splax put like a ping on the Tesseract icon?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It was a terrible day, I'm telling you. What's funny is it wasn't just the Tesseract that did that for April Fools.
Oh, a bunch of other servers did it too. What else? Does everyone
Well,
knows that?
someone like posted a thing on the Discord subreddit that automatically generated the ping icon on your server icon.
Ooh.
That's how I was able to do it.
And half the servers had them in different locations too. Just good job, Discord. E for effort or something.
See, what we need is Spambo to hang out here a lot more, and then eventually I give them the ability to edit channels, so then we can come in and he rebrands it randomly.
Oh no. Oh no. Has he hung out
Maximum
here at all yet?
chaos. He hasn't spoken here much.
I haven't seen him speak here at all, I don't think.
Arcus speaks here a lot more often. Speaking of which, I need to make sure he's aware of his new nickname.
Oh my god. I do find it a little surprising that Arcus is the one who's been like the most active here, but Arcus is a good friend.
I love Arcus, even though he's a degenerate boat person.
You're also a bird person, you're just not a degenerate boat person.
I'm degenerate, but I don't want to fuck boats. It's not what I'm here to do.
As far as we know.
Shh.
He's just not out of the closet yet.
Speaking of boat people, I can see Adrian lurking in the stream.
Maybe he just left it running.
Better go catch it.
Not again. Oh no, I have class tomorrow, goddammit.
Oh no, I have work tomorrow.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, tomorrow's the day.
Oh no. Well, at least I have the day off mostly.
There's that.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
No. Yawn.
This post is titled "Curse Scandinavia," and it's the Livonian Order owning most of Scandinavia. What does it
Nice.
say?
What?
I need to continue my Rome game and see how Scandinavia continues to devolve into chaos.
Oh, I like it when things devolve into chaos.
Yeah,
The
the remnants of Scandinavia's territory is still mostly Norway and Sweden, and Denmark is being chipped away by Poland, of all people. But they still can't field an army, and they keep collapsing in rebels every like few years.
Yeah.
We'll see if they like force like Norway and Sweden to pop out of the country.
I love when that happens.
wow. Wow.
Oh yeah, Faye, did you say the next UHC was going to be 1.8?
Yeah, I was gonna revert back to 1.8.
All right.
Hey, it's gonna be playable.
Yeah, aimbots. If I could find a way to fucking undo aimbot skeletons, I'll do it. I'll do 116.
The mob spawner rate in general just seemed a bit too high.
They are. It's way higher in 1 point. It's way higher after 1.8. Because their idea of increasing difficulty is by making more mobs appear.
Mm-hmm.
Half the players died to PvE.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy year. If you told me like at the beginning of the year that we'd be breaking off from the Tesseract and making our own community, I'd have laughed at you in your face.
Or that Joe Biden would be president, I would have also been like, nah, that's not possible.
Yeah.
That was before COVID.
Before the dark times.
Yeah, 2020's been a year.
What if the next disaster turned out to be Joe Biden all along?
The real disaster was the Joe Bidens we met along the way. Splax, the question
What if Wi-Fi is actually Joe Biden?
Gasp. The question is, Splax, does
Yeah.
it mean we can officially declare ourselves a Tesseract breakaway state?
Yeah, we are officially declaring independence from the Tesseract. We are seeking recognition from the United Nations.
Okay, I'm gonna take the text of the Declaration of Independence and reword it.
Like, we're breaking away just like Kosovo broke away from Serbia.
And then no one recognized it.
Yeah.
Except for, like, Russia, right?
Well,
There's probably a list somewhere.
Kosovo declared independence in 2008 and has since been recognized by 98 UN member states.
Are we one of them?
Well, if you consult this handy map in text voice, I know how much you love maps. The US is indeed one of them.
Yeah, that sounds like us.
Let's look at this map. Huh.
Huh, I wonder why Serbia doesn't recognize them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Serbia doesn't recognize them, but they have de facto independence.
I feel like all the remaining countries around the world usually, I guess they just don't care enough.
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, what does fucking like Papua New Guinea care about whether Kosovo is independent or not?
Hey,
It's not like Kosovo is going to be the next major world player.
Hey, this map is saying Taiwan isn't a part of China.
I moved the UHC category below the rest of the channels,
Oh, all right.
since we won't be using it that much.
That's cool that you can just move a whole category like that,
Yeah, you didn't know that?
and it brings all the channels with it.
How dare this map recognize Taiwan?
The one feature that I would really like Discord to have is to make text channels that are specific to voice channels, like what you used to have with TeamSpeak.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
That'd
what
be
you're
really
talking
useful
about.
for UHCs.
It would be. Because then only the person in the channels can see it.
Yeah.
Alright, UHC, but there's a DIN map.
This map also solves the dispute between Egypt and Sudan in favor of Sudan.
Oh yeah, I forget they have that little bit of like a border dispute.
Overanalyzing.
Apparently,
that.
Kosovo is 88% Albanians, 7% Serbs, and 5% other ethnic groups.
Other.
That's my favorite. Other.
And according to the 2011 census, 95% of the Kosovo population was Muslim.
Yeah. Okay, so I had this thing called "It's just music not allowed in the kitchen," and number 1 is Nickelback, and then number 9 is also Nickelback.
Why do they always talk about Nickelback and not Nickel Front?
I do like how hating on Nickelback has become a meme.
I know nothing about Nickelback, but I'm happy to get on the meme bandwagon.
Yeah, meme bandwagon.
Yeah.
They have this song called Photograph where apparently they look at this graph.
Every time it makes them laugh.
Oh no, Alex Trebek passed away. The Jeopardy guy.
Yeah.
Not the Jeopardy guy.
I used to watch Wheel of Fortune Jeopardy every single night as a kid.
Yeah.
I've never watched it. So sad, isn't it?
I don't think it was marketed very much towards you guys.
What was?
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Considering it's in English.
Oh, they have English shows here.
I wonder what language in the future will replace English as the lingua franca of the world.
I vote Chinese.
I mean, that's actually a good possibility.
Well, I guess it'd be more accurate to say Mandarin, since Chinese isn't really a thing.
It's a language group, yep. Cantonese and Mandarin sound completely different, apparently.
Good.
I don't think I
It'd
could.
be like saying there's such a thing as Scandinavian.
Listen here, you little shit.
China is like really like ethnically diverse.
Maggie was reading an article about how to appeal to Scandinavians or something,
Mm-hmm.
like for ads, because it was for a school project.
Oh, yeah.
And they start out by saying not to treat Scandinavians as a singular group, which is funny because that was the premise of the article.
The entire premise of appealing to Scandinavians is a single group.
Yikes, sweaty, that's problematic.
It's very problematic.
Yike. It's funny. Don't do this thing that we're doing right now. Cool.
You know what else is problematic? Your biggest fan, Kurtjmac, hasn't watched in quite a while.
I know, I'm sad.
This is so sad.
Kurtjmac used to be such a huge fan of your stream, but she hasn't been showing up.
Yeah.
I think you need to improve the quality.
What'd you say?
Maybe she got bored. You got to improve the quality of your entertainment.
All right, I'll bring Joko back in here.
Oh, God. You know that was guaranteed to attract her.
Oh, yeah.
Can't resist the glory that is Joko.
Glory is one way to put it.
Just gotta recruit some more people from the National Association of People Who Were Dropped on Their Heads as Children.
I think I should be part of that association.
I don't know, I don't think you're brain dead enough.
Yeah, I'm partly brain dead.
I mean, you did join the Navy.
Hey, that's mean.
But it's true. And then he just fucking joined the Navy. Can you imagine that?
What a fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
imagine joining the Navy.
He even re-enlisted. What an idiot.
Could have sold his soul to the army instead. Either way, no freedom.
Yeah.
Yay, military.
On the plus side, you do make some really great friends.
True. So I've heard.
Did no one want to be your friend, Kaz?
Wasn't there long enough.
Yeah, you gotta suffer together for a while.
You're not really at that point in the step before boot camp.
Oh, yes. I was just reading that apparently Harris cannot claim to be the first person of color to be vice president because Charles Curtis has her beat by 100 years.
Who the fuck is Charles Curtis?
He was half Native American, and he was Herbert Hoover's vice president.
Huh. Good for him.
Yeah.
Ha, get fucked.
And this was like long enough ago that he actually grew up on a native reservation and spoke his native language.
But you see, Kamala Harris is making history as the first woman.
Good for... Man, I'm glad that having a vagina really qualifies her.
You see, what's important is that we always find someone who can be the first person in some arbitrary group to become like the vice president or the president.
Yes, that's really important.
What we need is to find someone who fits the most arbitrary checkboxes possible.
When are they going to have the first foreigner as vice president?
I'm not sure if that would be legal.
Is that legal?
Do you have to be American born, like with president?
I know the president has, but I think if the vice president is not native born, they might just skip him in the line of succession.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think there is precedent for a cabinet member not being like a native born American citizen and they're just skipped over in the line of succession. So I guess you could apply that to vice president as well.
Yeah. In which case then it would devolve to the Speaker of the House.
Oh yeah, I hear Joe Biden's backup plan is for him and Harris to resign at the same time and just make Nancy Pelosi president.
That's... Are they legally allowed to just resign whenever they want?
Why wouldn't they be?
I'm surprised no one's done that before.
Because it'd be stupid.
It's America, though.
Yeah, I'm like surprised no one's done it like before. It's like
Yeah.
some form of collusion.
It would be stupid, but that doesn't stop people before.
True.
Oh no, absolutely.
Trump is now up to 71 million votes compared to Joe Biden's 75 million.
But they're legal votes to put on Twitter in all caps.
Mhm.
It's
No,
the
they-
most legal votes ever.
Believe me.
The only votes that matter are the votes of blue check marks on Twitter.
And their leagues.
All
of
I'm saying
followers.
is, sure, people might have cheated a little bit with the mail-in votes, but you know, They could have done that in favor of you too, Ronald. Ronald Rump.
Wrong.
Are you sure all 71 million of those votes are legal?
Oh, I'm sure there's a decent amount of fraud that happens every election.
It's bold of him to assume that all the cheaters are Democrats. I barely knew her.
Shut up, Kaz. I wonder if there will be like any recounts in any states.
Probably.
There's definitely going to be a recount in Georgia. There might be a recount in Wisconsin too, but I don't think either of those is going to be enough to change the result.
Just because of how close they were.
I mean, Georgia was a margin of 10,000 votes. Even that is like quite a lot to be overturned by recounts, which usually only change a few hundred votes. And Wisconsin was a margin of 20,000 votes.
It's even less likely.
Yeah. Arizona is also 20,000. And Pennsylvania is 40,000.
That's really close.
Basically, Biden is winning by about like 100,000 votes combined in a bunch of swing states, and that's giving him the presidency. Of course, the entire media is just running this as like a complete repudiation of Trump. Even though Biden is barely swinging by.
That is very close. Why is counting votes such a hot issue in America?
My favorite part of the election is when the other team or when the winning team gloats so badly. It's disturbing.
Yeah. Usually we don't have any trouble counting most of the votes on election night, but there was just an unprecedented amount of mail-in votes this year, and we didn't have the infrastructure to really support that.
Great. They've had quite a long time to prepare.
Imagine America's preparing for literally anything.
What do you mean? It's more fun to just wing everything.
Exactly.
Been fairly certain that a lot of people would mail their votes for months.
So when does COVID stop?
Never.
No, infinite COVID.
When we reach about 7 billion infected.
I mean, that's a good point, yeah.
Or vaccine, whatever happens first.
I mean, eventually we're either going to get a vaccine or it's going to mutate into a less deadly form. And then it'll still be around and it'll still be something you can get, but it's not going to be something most people have to be concerned about.
It's probably going to become like a seasonal thing.
Like the
The
Spanish flu never went away after that pandemic ended. It just mutated into a less deadly form.
Didn't the 2003 SARS epidemic commit suicide, basically?
Yeah, did it? I know MERS was very infectious and killed a lot of people, but it killed people, I guess, too quickly. But it wasn't as infectious.
Yeah.
It'll either come back in waves, or it'll just enter into like a normal seasonal thing, or it'll just become less common.
Yeah.
It might become like another form of like a cold virus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another cold or flu.
I mean, most cold viruses are either rhinoviruses or coronaviruses.
Yep.
I mean, anytime there's a spillover event like with what caused COVID, you're gonna have a situation like this throughout the entire population.
Yeah.
Just because we've never been exposed to the virus as a species before. So don't worry, every once in a while we're gonna intentionally crash
Native
into Falcon.
Americans.
Huh?
Remember when smallpox arrived in America?
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
See,
How many people died? 98% of the population there? Something like that?
Yeah, it's like 98% of the population was wiped out by that.
everyone is scared of COVID-19, but we haven't even seen COVID-22 or COVID-23 yet.
Just stop hanging around bats, guys. Do you know bats have like hundreds of various coronaviruses in their bodies at any time?
So we are gonna have a COVID-23.
I mean, that's it's also a possibility.
Why is this such a big deal? There's already been 18 of them.
Well, you know about like
There's already been 18 COVIDs, but we never learned from any of them.
so bats have a unique immune system where their immune system doesn't fully kill off the viruses, and that's due to the fact that they fly. It's to make it so they have like the appropriate metabolism. I think if they had like a immune system like ours, they wouldn't be able to like fly. They wouldn't have enough energy, basically. Their immune system compromises, but that ends up keeping like hundreds of different strains of coronaviruses within their body. And then these viruses will mutate, as viruses are often do when they, replicate. And then most of the time, they're completely useless if they don't have the correct matching proteins. But sometimes you'll get something like COVID, where they'll have pretty good matching proteins, and then they'll spill over into the population.
Yeah.
It's all just random luck. Most mutations will end up with a dead virus strain, and then it won't go anywhere.
God, I'm tired of this shit.
The bats are what you would call, like, reservoirs. Huh?
I just want to go back to my life being normal.
No, we gotta have an endless crisis, okay? It's necessary.
Yeah.
Would it be such a pain in the ass if, I could still go to class normally?
We're only seeing an alarming increase in suicides and depression.
Yay.
The thing a lot of people don't understand is that lockdowns don't get rid of the virus, they only delay it.
Yep.
That's their point. That's the point, though. Trying to delay it so that,
I mean, like, temporary targeted lockdowns to slow down the spread makes sense, but, like, people are saying, oh, we need to go back into permanent lockdown until we have a vaccine. They're just stupid.
Yeah.
Especially in America, that's not going to work.
Well, especially given the high survivability rate overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
survivability rate being at
as
least
long
98%.
as long as
Probably
like
much
you're
higher.
not old and you don't have any pre-existing conditions, don't you have like a 99% survivability rate?
Yeah.
Higher than that, in fact.
It's like higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think,
most diseases anyways, they're gonna kill people with like compromised immune systems or like younger people.
Mm-hmm.
Or older people rather.
aren't 90 some odd percent of deaths people with underlying conditions?
Yeah. It's a high number because if you have a weakened immune system, you're not going to fight it off. It's the same
gotta
reason
look
why
at
like AIDS isn't what kills you. It's the fact that your immune system doesn't function. So a common cold could kill you.
Yup.
Good dungeon. I can't tell if there's any chests in here, but it looks like nothing.
Mine. Is this graph? This is just a graph. I didn't want a graph. Look at this graph.
Look at this phonograph.
Makes me laugh.
Yeah. I think it was a very interesting development that Wi-Fi decided to resign as a mod in the Tesseract. Very, very interesting development.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and I'm just speculating, but it wouldn't surprise me if, like, given that he was the one who was pushing so hard for you to be banned to begin with, he was really outraged when the others expressed regret at not doing more to push back against banning you. At least I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened.
Maybe he
I don't know.
Maybe he ruined his public image so badly that they agreed it was the best thing for him to step down. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know any of the conversations that happened behind the scenes, but, like, if I had to guess, then I don't know. I think that probably Arcus Common Spammo, like, they expressed regret at not doing more to push back against banning you, and Wi-Fi was, like, really outraged at that.
Not too late to issue an apology and correction on their little paragraph.
Yeah.
Is it still sitting there?
Probably. Let me check. Yeah, it's still sitting there.
They haven't changed that that announcement message at all since they posted it.
I did like the passive-aggressive rule that Wi-Fi added in.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he literally added that in because of me publicly calling him out in the Gmod channel.
I'm more than certain.
Probably.
Like, the only reason I bothered to, like, publicly call him out is because I've already tried directly talking to him about this in the past, and he just refuses to change. So there's no point trying to reason with him.
I've told him several times that is a bit too quick on the trigger finger in various ways.
I've like directly like rage quitted multiple times from sessions with him.
Yeah, same.
Though more recently, Curve's been pissing me off more than him the last couple times I played.
Curve doesn't really bother me that much in Gmod.
I just wish she'd shut up sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, she can be a real dick if she doesn't like how you play.
I enjoy my playstyle of just complete chaos.
Fig is chaotic evil.
I knew it. Also, I found the numbers on COVID deaths.
Ooh, numbers.
In the US, 89% of those hospitalized had pre-existing conditions.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
Of deaths in Italy, 96.1% had pre-existing conditions.
I'm noticing a trend here.
It's a vast majority, right? So if you're just healthy, you'll be fine, probably. The death rate for my age, well, our age group is 0.02%.
Oh, yeah.
That's 20 to 49, mind you.
And also knowing Wi-Fi, it wouldn't surprise me if he tried to go back and delete a bunch more conversations from the mod chat that he wanted to forget about, and they just told him to fuck off. Because he's done that before.
Really?
Gotta keep these things on record, but not these things. I don't like them.
Yeah, like
I know about your conversation within your server.
Because like this was probably like a month or two ago, Wi-Fi decided that he just wanted to forget like all of the conversations we had about the doctor in the mod chat. So he went back and deleted all of them. You know, that guy from the gazebo who was really simping for Beanie.
It was disturbing. God.
I heard he got better.
Still
He's
really
better
weird.
now.
It was
but
still really weird.
yeah.
It was weird. I wouldn't say it was disturbing. I mean, I was there for some, but just weird. You know, I was given the impression that I just didn't know what he was doing.
I don't think he understood. I don't think he understood the social cues.
Yeah. He's better now, but for a while he was being like really weird about it. But now because Wi-Fi actually likes him, he decided that those conversations should not exist anymore. So
Wow, it's almost like your opinions on people change.
yeah, so he just went back and deleted all of them and didn't tell anyone, and he didn't say anything about it until I looked at the audit log and called him out on it.
What did he respond to you with?
He didn't deny that he did it. He's just like, I want to forget these conversations, so I'm deleting them. It's a completely selfish reason.
Just delete the past. It never happened.
Yeah, if you just delete the past, and it never happened.
Yep. Just like how absolutely I can reintegrate the Tesseract, no problem.
Yeah.
What a beautiful vista.
Windows Vista?
Windows Vista.
God, if I was on the receiving end of that type of paragraph, I don't know what I'd do.
What?
Nothing nice.
The paragraph that was written about me? I don't even paragraph, just a few sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like they had to write that paragraph to appease Wi-Fi, but they didn't really believe it, because if you really did believe that Fig was like allowing an echo chamber of abject bigotry, why would you allow him back on the server?
Checkmate. Yeah, it's a real stretch going from, oh, we don't believe you're racist at all, to, you know, we're banning you for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark.
God damn.
I will maintain that was a really stupid decision.
It was a very stupid decision. Like, even if they had just stopped at like, even though Kevin didn't really do anything wrong, even if they had just stopped at banning Kevin and Joko, nobody would have really cared. But because they went after you as well, that's what really split apart the community.
I feel like if they wrote that paragraph about me, I might actually have threatened legal action. Depending on what happened. You know,
Well, not just that they went after you, but they
whatever.
went after you in such like an insanely anti-transparent way. Because like, if people knew that it was just like Curve and Wi-Fi pushing for you to be banned and no one else really believed this shit, then there would be a lot of outrage about it.
I wouldn't say a lot of outrage, but more outrage about it. The reason you guys are outraged because we knew what was going on.
I mean, I'm saying that like, if everyone knew how this would happened, then there would be a lot more outrage.
If it happened to me, it could happen to anybody else.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they can just invent a narrative about you, ban you, and then you're not there to challenge it.
Boom.
Another libtard destroyed.
Then destroy my facts and Podgic.
Did you just say Podgic?
Yeah. Kevin taught me that one.
Nice.
I wouldn't have been that upset like about Joko being banned, but like I was not a big fan of Kevin because I'm actually decent friends with Kevin.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he's horribly inactive, like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, like,
what did he do?
nobody cares about Joko, and not that many people care about Kevin. But many people care about you.
That's gay.
For some stupid reason.
I just love how if pressed for what happened, they won't tell you, right?
It's just silence.
But that doesn't stop them from writing that paragraph.
Or me getting sent novels by some members of the mods.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they don't want to publicly say what you've done, right?
They don't want to publicly
They don't
say that,
you've
like,
done that thing.
they don't want to publicly say that the only reason Fig was banned was because Wi-Fi abused his admin access to Fig's server to snoop through the player data and find things he could take out of context.
Yeah, I mean, me signing that book was a significant lapse in judgment, but I mean, like, come on. It's a book in a Minecraft server.
It was a significant lapse in judgment, but like that second book, not the one that was thrown at the trial, that second book never would have been found if Wi-Fi was not snooping through the player data files.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, the lapse of judgment. The other one was just me being stupid and memey,
Yeah.
which is pretty normal.
You'll ever have your friends, quote unquote, accuse you of supporting racism for not throwing a friend under the bus without reason?
And then tell you that, oh,
Well,
you're
you
not
know,
actually
these days all it
racist.
takes to be branded a racist is to not vote for Joe Biden.
Yikes, sweaty.
I
Or-
didn't vote for Joe Biden.
Or, you know, someone to tell you, oh, you're not actually racist, but we're still gonna ban you. Question mark?
Mm.
I have a confession. I didn't vote for Joe Biden.
Like
I
you will see
confession.
people on like
I
Reddit and
vote.
Twitter unironically saying that half the country is like racist and white supremacist for not voting Joe Biden.
That's a pretty significant leap of faith there, bud. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, so
So if I just said that I didn't vote Joe Biden without context, would people just assume I'm American and could have voted Joe Biden?
yes.
Yikes, sweaty.
Yeah. It's just incredible how over the past 10 years, white supremacist has gone from like a term for a tiny minority of society that is like completely irrelevant to literally anything liberals don't like.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's lost a lot of its meaning.
Yeah, like when you call everything you don't like a racist, sexist, fascist, Nazi, those words lose all their meaning. And then you have to find new words. And then the cycle continues.
Wait, we've been here before.
I've seen this one before.
I mean, it's interesting, like moron, idiot, stupid, dumb, those were originally like insanely offensive slurs, but over time they've just been used so much that they've lost all their meaning.
Yeah,
So people had to find new words to get offended at.
What are you, dumb?
it's like how in the Navy, like, calling someone a retard does not mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just another word for stupid. Or a lot of people will use, or will say, you know, oh, that's gay, if it's something that's, like, annoying or they don't like. Or if it's something stupid
Yeah.
that's been made up.
The phrase "that's gay" at least isn't offensive anymore.
Gay being offensive is pretty gay.
That's gay.
It's lost all its punch, and that's good.
Yeah.
Other slurs should have that happen to them too, ideally.
Oh, it'll happen over time. Kind of like how swear words have lost a lot of their meaning. And like, in terms of
Yeah.
word, so
If people like Imogen have their way, they're just going to increase in power.
do it.
Alright, I'll be back in a bit.
Good luck.
Forever. And then we never saw him again.
And then he died.
How did this happen?
A long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away. And there was that one time when my ex's little brother came up to me, right? And he looks at me and he asks me for advice, you know?
Oh, I remember this.
I'm
That was a long time ago.
just like, and I'm like,
How
what?
long were you single before you started dating Maggie? It was a couple of years ago.
A couple years? Or something? I don't know. There he goes. I like this guy, and my response is, that's gay.
I mean, it literally is gay. Wait, did he get upset about that?
No, he just said, yeah, I know that. This is just stating the obvious.
I think one of my favorite things was, hearing about one dude on the ship being gay, and I was like, is he? I'm like, oh, that makes sense now, given how he acts.
He was in the Navy, so.
That's not true.
He's not in the Navy?
No. He is.
Oh, geez, what are you doing on the ship?
Navy culture is incredibly, homoerotic.
I bet.
It's definitely an experience.
Homoerotic. Insert later homo here. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh god, I just remembered something cringeworthy.
Yeah?
I dropped by a Dairy Queen to get some ice cream once. And while I was standing in line, this guy was sitting there looking like he was on a date with a girl, right? First date type situation.
Yeah.
Now, the girl was First Nations from the looks of it. And all I heard him do was basically my white guilt for the entirety of me standing there, and she looked really bored.
He's trying to become appealing so he can get the sex. It's called simping, Kaz.
Didn't seem like he was doing it right.
He's probably stupid. It's really weird seeing the clouds vibrate.
Clouds vibrate too.
Oh, the clouds aren't the ground, so they don't have that snapping motion.
Noise. Space Sentry. We in space, boys. Wait, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Huh?
The very beginning of the epidemic, it lowered the death rate.
Just because people stayed inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch suicides catch up.
Oh, suicides are on the rise.
Really curious how much. The question is, will the long-term effects of this kill more people than would have died if we did nothing? Good thing we have Sweden to test what happens if you don't, if you barely do anything at all. To compare.
My stepmom just posted, if two first cousins get married and they have a child, would that baby be considered each parent's second cousin? And so I commented saying, Tina, your Alabama's showing.
I like that one character in Game of Thrones whose father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, etc. is the same guy.
Huh?
There's a character in Game of Thrones whose father, grandfather, great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather is the same guy.
How's time travel? How's that possible?
Basically, he had a daughter.
Oh,
Then he had a
Craster.
daughter with his daughter. Then he had a daughter with that daughter, and so on.
Yeah, okay, Craster, okay.
Yeah. That's the one.
That's the dude. That's pretty fucking disturbing.
That must be one hell of a family tree.
How would you draw that?
Yes. Oh, they're playing tabletop on the Tesseract. I see.
Oh, wow.
Apparently the VR port for that game is absolute garbage. Which sounds like fun. Is it raining again? Oh, no. Please no. I just pulled out my headset like an idiot. Hello?
Oh, no.
What?
You're loud. What'd you do?
I'm louder?
Yeah.
That's weird. Sure. Let me undo that by being far away.
Oh, God. Are you about to be a VR man?
Maybe. Okay, some hot dog game. game if you're a gun nerd.
What, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades?
Mm-hmm. If it would boot up Steam VR, then there you go. All right. Oh no. I started with the YOLO gun.
Oh,
Remember
that
the
gun.
YOLO?
Is that the one with the, where you have to physically hit the fucking firing pin?
No. This is the 50 caliber break action 1911.
Yeah, I hate that so much.
It was a little satisfying to use, though, if I'm being honest.
How badly would using a 50 BMG in a 1911 destroy your wrist?
Well, this thing has 4 muzzle brakes, so can't be that bad, right?
Hmm.
And a tomahawk. Not bad, not bad. Of course, not great, but oh fuck. Okay, the YOLO sight makes it very hard to aim because it's not, you know. Let's just say I aimed with the wrong O.
Oh. Yikes.
Yikes, sweaty. Didn't get hit though. Oh, hey, a deagle. Not bad. I can work with that.